The story begins in the early 1990s in the Czech Republic, a time when the country was experiencing major political and cultural shifts. These changes strengthened the rise of strict and authoritarian behavior across many parts of society. Amid this atmosphere, we meet a 13-year-old girl named Karolína. She has just been accepted into an elite children's choir known as the Girls' Choir. She is excited as she greets her older sister Lucy, who is already a member of the group. The choir is led by a man named Macha. His training is extremely disciplined, filled with strict rules, and everything must be perfect. Many of the students quietly criticize his harsh teaching style. Karolína and Lucy live in a peaceful countryside village with their parents, who dream of seeing both daughters become famous one day. When they learn that Karolína has been accepted under Macha's leadership, they are thrilled. Lucy, however, is not. She looks annoyed, almost as if she does not want her younger sister joining the same choir that she is part of. During practice, Macha notices something special in Karolína. He asks her to stand and show the voice she is capable of. Since she is still new, Karolína only attends a choir event without performing. She watches from the audience, genuinely amazed as Lucy and the rest of the group sing beautifully on stage. After the event ends, Karolína approaches Lucy, who is hanging out with her friends. Lucy introduces her to the group and mentions that Karolína has just been accepted into the choir. A little later, as Karolína steps out of the bathroom, Macha stops her to say he really likes her voice. While this happens, Lucy excitedly invites Macha to dance with her. Karolína notices another girl quietly leaving the moment she sees Macha dancing with Lucy. And in that quiet exit, everything starts to fracture. This is Broken Voices. The next morning, Karolína is driven by her father to attend an audition held by Macha. The audition is meant to select students with strong skills and the discipline needed for upcoming performances. Even though Karolína has already been accepted into the choir, she still has to go through this selection process. During this period, she and the other students will be staying in a dormitory. Training begins soon after. Each student receives a sheet they need to memorize. Macha keeps moving people around, adjusting their positions whenever he feels something is not working. When he hears Karolína sing her scales, he immediately replaces one of his longtime students with her. In his eyes, Karolína is the one who truly fits the role. Later that day, while the group is walking together, the wind blows the papers out of Karolína's hands. Macha notices, picks them up, and hands them back to her. It looks simple on the surface, but it marks the start of a shift. As practice continues, the usually strict and humorless Macha begins to act more relaxed. He tries to lighten the atmosphere, and the students respond warmly to the new side of him. Meanwhile, Lucy starts to notice something she does not like. She sees Macha and Karolína exchanging glances, and her earlier jealousy quietly grows. As the performance day approaches, Macha takes all the students to the church where they will eventually sing. He points out that fewer people attend the event each year, so he wants them to start practicing right there, even while the congregation is in the middle of worship. It is his way of drawing more attention and building excitement for the upcoming show. That night, in an effort to bond with the group, Macha invites all the students to play games together. The once stern and distant teacher now appears cheerful and friendly, and the children love it. Strangely, Lucy only grows more irritated as she watches him act this way. During another practice, an older student named Annika presents her work. Macha is unimpressed and immediately calls Karolína forward to replace her, once again placing Karolína in the spotlight. The following night, Karolína cannot sleep. When she walks into the common area, she sees Macha sitting there playing his guitar. He notices her and allows her to join him. What begins as a quiet moment soon turns into a long conversation that carries over into the sauna room. There, the two of them start sharing pieces of their personal stories, opening up in a way that feels unexpectedly intimate for a teacher and his young student. Afterwards, Karolína steps outside to get some fresh air. Out of nowhere, Lucy appears and locks the door behind her, intentionally leaving Karolína outside in the cold. Her jealousy has finally boiled over. Macha eventually finds Karolína shivering and immediately brings her back inside. The stunt Lucy pulled that night makes Karolína fall ill. To protect her health, Macha's mother decides that both Karolína and Lucy should return home for a while. A week later, Macha visits their home to check on Karolína. Her parents welcome him warmly. He apologizes for what happened during the tour, explaining that several students have faced similar issues in the past. Before leaving, he politely asks whether Karolína can still attend the upcoming audition on performance day. A few days before the audition, fully recovered, Karolína travels with the rest of the choir to a hotel where they will stay until the show. Wanting to be helpful, she volunteers to buy a bow tie after seeing one of the students being sent out to get it. On her way back, Karolína grows nervous, worried that she is lost, but she eventually manages to return on time. Soon after, the students are asked to perform in front of high-ranking officials who want to evaluate the choir's talent. During the session, Macha notices that Karolína refuses to sing after being scolded earlier. He pulls her aside and warns her not to let her emotions interfere with the performance. Once the event is over, Macha and his mother take the students outside to walk around the hotel grounds and take photos together. Later that night, exhausted, Karolína ends up sharing a lift with Macha. When she reaches her room, she discovers it is still locked, and Lucy has taken the key. The next morning, Karolína wakes up in complete shock. She finds herself inside Macha's room with no memory of how she ended up there. Macha sits beside her, and in that moment it becomes clear that his interest in her has crossed a line. He pursues her in a way no teacher ever should, taking advantage of her vulnerability and the trust she placed in him. Looking back, the signs were already there. Early in the story, when Macha danced with Lucy, another girl quietly walked away the moment she saw them together. Lucy herself had shown jealousy the instant Macha started paying attention to Karolína. These moments reveal a pattern. It becomes clear that Lucy has likely been through the same inappropriate closeness with him before. Soon after, the day of the performance arrives. The students are prepared to sing, the event looks polished, and everything seems ready. But something has changed. Macha no longer gives Karolína the attention he once did. After getting what he wanted, he treats her as if she no longer matters. During the performance, the weight of everything hits Karolína all at once. She feels a deep and painful regret, realizing too late that she had given her trust to someone who never deserved it. So the moral of the story is sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who break us the deepest. And a child's heart should never have to learn betrayal before it ever learns safety.